So basically, the point of this stream is so we can go through the upcoming meta for next week's competition, and basically we can just discuss it, chat about it. You know, any questions that people have, just help each other out, giving hints and tips, and on what we think is going to be the best thing to go forward and to the best builds for the next competition. As you can see, the build I'm doing at the moment is just purely for basically I'm just practicing some starts for the competition. So you can see I've got my wheat stand here surrounded by mills, basically because wheat stands will provide or basically the wheat directly to the mills, and they can just run. All they need is basically a block of wood, and they will work. RC Cray Cray, welcome to the chat. Great to have you here. And Zek Maru, Anthony Millard, all of you, welcome to the chat. Like I said, the point of this is basically because Gala have done us a huge favor. They've released the meta, and then we can sit and talk about it and go through it. Now, the current meta is this. So this is what we're looking at. And yes, RC, I do agree. Obviously, they've changed the payouts. Now it is only going to be the top 1,000. So this is another reason why I wanted to have this chat with you guys. So if you're going to partake, you're going to basically be on a bit of a head start, hopefully, through this chat. We can answer any questions that you want, give you some hints and tips, and then basically we can all be like, yeah, okay, so when this competition starts, that is what I'm going for, and then hopefully we're all going to get in that top 1,000. Sorry, Anthony Millard, what do you about new meta with zero blue steel must be difficult, Anthony? Maybe Candy is the best to do. This is something that I've been chatting about with people on the Discord. So obviously, like you say, blue steel is going to give you 6,800 or 68,000, should I say, because obviously that's 6,800 is only for one. So 68,000 you're going to get for a full sale of blue steel. But like Anthony is saying, you're not going to receive any cash for that. So that means you've got to have some sort of side income, which becomes very difficult because blue steel really maxes out your square, your tile, because of everything that you need on there. Because you've got steel mills, then you've got your blue steel mills. You got sheep, you got fabric plants, you've got so much stuff. Also, as well, normally when you would do a blue steel, build, you would use the overflow of uniforms to sell those. But the thing is, though, they've nerfed the uniforms as well, so you can't even make a good amount of money from those. So if we just quickly look at the reward structure, so like I was just saying, we are only getting to the top 1,000, but you will be getting 100 Gala at that point. Hey Paul, welcome to the chat. Just talking about the up and coming competition next Tuesday, and we're going through the meta today, so people sort of know where they're at, what they're doing, and what is coming. Okay, so RC says the new contest is whack with cash. Probably gonna have to keep rush through the build for payroll costs. Do a mini blue steel. RC, this is exactly what they did with the May Mayhem competition last year. Not this year, but the May Mayhem last year. They did, I think it was 2 competitions where the main product that you would want to be building gave you no cash. And so basically you had to have a side hustle or a side income, and a lot of people were picking at the time pumpkins, and then in one of the side fields they were selling grapes. But obviously neither of those are competitive now. But this is what I'm talking about. This is not the first time this has happened. It's probably maybe the first time you've come across it. But it is just, the idea is to test everybody. Okay, so I want to just say hi to a few people that have just joined us. So, Big Dirtification, Paul, obviously, Naughty Cookie, and the Prepared Christian. Welcome to the live stream today. Yes, Christian, or Prepared, I don't know, the Prepared Christian. The meta is tricky. And I think the reason why they're doing this is because obviously over the last couple of months they've given us what, 3 or 4 free NFTs. Obviously in the last competition they made the rewards pool as big as 4,500 players were getting. We're going to get the rewards. So I think basically what they're doing now is they're sort of reverting back to where they were when the competitions were regularly going. Obviously at one point it was the top 400, then they made it the top 1,000, and then as we had all those issues, I think that's why they made the rewards pool a lot bigger, as a sort of way of saying sorry to everybody for all the mess ups. But like I say, this is sort of what we're looking at. So what are people's thoughts on this? I mean, let's just look at Blue Steel, for instance. I mean, what are your thoughts on Blue Steel? Anybody? So if you're looking at my build, by the way, these things that I've just been testing out, while you guys think of some questions or thoughts on the Blue Steel possibilities. What you're looking at is I was actually just playing around with some starts. So how I might start in the next competition. So this is my wheat stand. Obviously I realize not everybody has a wheat stand, but this is basically one thing you can do is basically, because wheat stands give 2 wheat this close, you can literally surround it by windmills. You can surround it with windmills, and you know, if you position that in the right place, you can just live off that because flour is going to be giving you $85,000 per sale on that. So like I say, if you've got a wheat stand, this kind of rush or even this little bit of a side income could well work for you. So Anthony, with no cash, you have to sell a max of wool. Yeah, I mean, like, that's another thing is obviously they have really boosted wool. So rather than being $3,750 in your bank, it's now going to be $130,000 in your bank per sale. Like I say, flour is at $85,000 per sale, and then we've got steel at $50,000 per sale. So I think Blue Steel is a trap. I don't think it will do as well as people hope. Prepared, can you expand on that? I'm just curious on what your thoughts are on that. What about why you think it's a trap? Big Dirtification. Yes, you can play this. You can play this game in the United States. In fact, I think it's actually based in the United States. Going on the time it starts. Normally, the competition in the past has started in the UK at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, which on the East Coast, I believe that is like midday. So, anyway, to answer your question in a short way, yes, Big Dirtification, you can play this in the United States. And if you get in the top 1,000 in this competition, you will earn yourself some cryptocurrency. Obviously, I don't know. I'm guessing you've not played it before. Obviously, if you want to check my channel, go into the how-to tutorials. That'll quickly show you, there's some videos in there that will quickly show you how to get started in the various different environments of the game. And then if you just drop into the very early videos I did, which are in the Townstar updates playlist, that will give you a better idea of how the game actually works. Okay, so Anthony, personally, I will try Candy Cane. Okay, so that's cool. Naughty Cookie. So the reason why I don't have a silo is because, like I was explaining, this is what is known as a wheat stand. So basically it's an NFT. This is why I say not everybody's got one. It's an NFT that automatically produces wheat. So you can connect that like to a some feed mills if you want to feed your sheep or your cows or your chickens, and then basically those mills, those feed mills will automatically be filled up, and then your workers or your ranchers will dump it into the trough for your animals to feed off it. But in this case, it's just feeding my mills directly. Therefore, there's no need for anything else. So, Anthony, you're saying candy canes. Why do you think that candy canes is the way to go? Right, okay, so here we go. Prepared Christian, this is what I was waiting from you. So Blue Steel is only, well, yeah, 68,000. Yeah, because it used to be 60,000. The tech tree leading to Blue Steel has been nerfed, although steel is 1/3 price. This is just. Yeah, I agree with that. Prepared Christian, like you're saying that a lot of the stuff that you require to create the build or going into the build, getting to Blue Steel has been nerfed. You're quite right. So therefore, obviously, it's going to make it a lot harder. And the thing is with Blue Steel, it is a money-hungry build. It really is a money-hungry build, especially if you're going for nukes. Basically, I would say do not go for nukes because there's no need anymore, because they've changed how much iron you need, or how much power you need for iron and things like that. So there's no need to use nuclear plants anymore in a Blue Steel build. Just make sure if you're going to do it, you have got plenty of power plants along that front line by your miners, giving plenty enough power to those. Naughty Cookie, no problem for the answers. If you've got any questions, put them in the chat. That is what we're here for. We are here to discuss and help each other out. So like I say, anybody, you know, big certification, I'm getting the idea you've never played. If you've got any questions, just stick it in the chat and then we'll help you out. Yeah, I guess that's a simple answer, Anthony. It is more of a simple build, but obviously you got to think that in anyone that does Blue Steel, if they can get that right in the latter stages, they are going to be coming through like a freight train. Because with a candy cane, what is it you're getting? So what's that? 13,500 per 10 you're going to be getting. So, like I say, it's a bit like the chocolate strawberries. It's going to be quick to build. You're going to get ahead fast. And like I say, anybody that's got the right NFTs or can get that Blue Steel build working well, they're going to start coming through the pack really quickly towards the end of the competition. Yeah, Paul, candy cane is no money. You're quite right. So this is basically what I was talking about to Toad Sticker and Hangman, I think his name is, on Discord. Basically, again, you're going to need a side income. Personally, I will be selling wool, because wool is giving you something crazy like 130,000 per sale. So basically, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to probably incorporate 4 or 5 sheep pens into my build, and that is going to be my side income. Welcome, Thomas. Furring? Is that Furring? Furring? I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, but welcome to the chat. It's great to have you here. So just quickly, so I will be out of this competition, going on vacation. Oh yeah, going on vacation to gain a little, on vacation, and little to gain distraction. Yes, okay, I understand that. I will do my town rewards on my phone. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. It's a shame, obviously, you can't be here, but I know what you're saying. It's probably, now and again, you got to put your feet up, Thomas. You can't be sat in front of a computer all the time, you know, and I'm sure you probably work very hard at another job as well. So you go away, enjoy the sunshine. I hope you have a great time. If I was going to do the competition, I would do a big wool and flour rush to start, and then depending on land, I would depend probably candy canes. That's yeah, that's great input, Thomas. Thanks for that. Like I say, any ideas are brilliant. It really helps people out, just to get, you know, what people are thinking. Yeah, I got that prepared, Christian. It's just, or Toad Sticker. I did realise that. I saw your previous message. But people, it always confuses me where people, obviously, I mean, I've got different usernames for different things, but it, you know, on the chat, it always throws me off a bit. So, Toad Sticker, if I can refer to you as that, that's cool, and then we know who I know who I'm talking to. What's this? Beware of the earlier start time as well. Yes, this is something that I want to point out to everyone on the meta list in the top left-hand corner. If you look, it says 28th start June 1300. That's 1300 in the UK. All of these posts now adapt themselves to whoever views them. So if you're viewing them in America, that is probably going to be... What's that? What is that? Well, it depends on which side of America you're going to be, I guess. But yeah, so just check that out. Obviously, whether you check it out in my Discord, which the link is in the description, or go and check it out at Gala's Discord. It's going to be in the Townstar announcements on both Discords, whether it's mine or theirs. Check on it, because you will see that that time will change according to where you are in the world. For me, it's 1 o'clock. Naughty Cookie, what do you recommend as a first timer on the competition server? At least have a shot at top 1000. Naughty Cookie, I would say go for candy canes. Go for candy canes with a, pretty much what I'm doing, a candy cane build with a sheep. Basically have some sheep on the side, and that's going to be what's paying you wages. So basically you want to be doing something like, either like maybe do a flour rush or something like that to begin with. That's going to give you 85,000 for every sale if you sell flour right at the beginning. Then go from flour, as soon as you've got a good amount of money, go from that to sheep. Then that's going to give you 130,000 in the bank. And then from that, you can obviously build up a really good amount of money and then start looking at your building your candy canes. Just make sure that you put your windmills and your sheep well out of the way. You don't want them, well, actually sheep you can get away with, But if you're going to continue with a flower build, make sure they are nowhere near your crops, because windmills give 3 shade and they are going to kill your crops. So like your trees, your peppermint and things like that you are using for your candy canes, make sure that your windmills are really far away from those as you start building, if you're going to go that route. Like I say, I would do a windmill to begin with, then move over to sheep, and sheep don't have that kind of impact on your crops, so it's not so bad. Oh, okay, Thomas. So you're Perrin66 on Discord. Oh, okay, no problem. Cool, excellent. It's nice to know that a lot of you guys are popping in here. Paul, yeah, Paul. So 7 a.m. on the East Coast. Is that right? 7 a.m.? Because you guys are 5 hours behind us, aren't you? So, is that right? I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I haven't got I can't actually look at a clock to work it out. But yeah, my brain has gone blank. Oh, so Toad Sticker's saying 8 a.m. on the East Coast. Well, that's I guess you've not got to get up as early there. Hey, is that Shaquipia? Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Welcome to the chat. It's great to have you here. Yes, we earn crypto with this game, but there's you can earn, but you can also win. So to earn, you require at least 1 NFT. The cheapest NFT you can get is getting a gold membership. That will give you a trade truck NFT free. But if you get good enough at the game, you understand how the game works, and you can put some good builds together. If you enter in the weekly competitions or the competitions, you can win cryptocurrency, and you don't actually need to invest anything. Obviously, there's a lot of people on this game now. A lot of people have invested, whether it's with NFTs, whether it be with what are known as skins, which give your town a boost in production and in speed. So to come in with absolutely no NFTs, no skins, it does make it more difficult, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. I know people that have got no NFTs at all and not even skins, and they are still getting in that top 1,000, top 2,000, whatever it is, and they are winning crypto. But they are very, very good at the game because they've been playing it a long time. So yes, we can earn and win crypto, but like I say, to do so, you do have to understand and be pretty good at the game if you do not want to invest. So Paul, you're in London, so you're basically going to be at 1. You're going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because I'm in the UK. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can have a nice lie-in if you want. Obviously, you're probably out at work anyway, but it is. I think it's a real bummer that they've changed this, because obviously in the UK, most people are not going to get home from work until 4 or 5 o'clock. Shapikwa, or Shaq, keep, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm doing my best. I probably got closer to it the first time. Anyway, no problem. I hope it has helped. Yeah, so like I say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for anyone in the UK and England. So okay, Anthony, do you think there are airdrop do you think they are airdrop the windmill card win on the last comp before the on the? Oh right, so do the you're talking about the gusty wind skin or the gusty wind NFT card. I know it is on OpenSea. If you go onto OpenSea now, type in Gusty Wind, you can see that all of the cards are on there. It was kind of strange because I was on the Gala Discord yesterday, and someone asked about the Gusty Wind NFT and when it was going to be dropped, and Farmer Michelle came back and said, we will let you know when we are confident. But it's like they've already released it on OS, so why can't they just put it in everybody's account? The only thing I can think of is that they're going to delay it, and anybody can buy it on OS right now and use it, but they might delay it until after this competition, till we get it, till the people that won it get it. But obviously that is just a guess. I'm hoping it will land in our accounts before the competition starts. Okay, Toad Sticker. I make 58 town a day with only express depot. Oh, 0.5. Yeah, because it was one. It was one. You made 1 town per day, and then they changed it, and now you make, so basically just over half a town per day, which I know is not great. It was a real bummer when they did that, when they brought in town power, but what can we do? There's not a lot we can do apart from sort of roll with the punches really on that. Paul, yeah, that's great. You're working at home on Tuesday. Funnily enough, so am I. So that's the only reason I'm going to be here for the competition, basically because I'm working from home as well. If I wasn't, I wouldn't get home until probably 4:10, 4:15, which essentially that's land rush over. And then you're just stuck with a really, really bad tile somewhere, aren't you? Okay, so right, so obviously there are other options, but you kind of think, well, how many other options are actually viable? I mean, if we look at the list here, I mean, cake takes ages. That's going to be 20,000. Decorated cake. I mean, decorated cake, they've made the same amount as cake, which, I mean, it's even more difficult to make decorated cake. So why they've nerfed that to the same amount? You would think it should at least be maybe 30,000 instead of 20,000 or something. Fancy cake, again, that takes more than just normal cake. So they basically nerfed every single cake down to the same price. Uniforms, I think it's tough that they've nerfed that again. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give you a lot of options, really, this meta. I mean, it's almost like they are painting you into a corner on this, which I don't know if that's the point, is basically to try and make it so obvious to everyone the build that you should be doing to make it a bit easier. I don't know, but it is a bit like I say, it's a bit weird. But obviously here we have the reward structure. I mean, if we can get it, if you can get in the top 500, you're looking at 300 Gala. Obviously, if you can get in that, if you can get into that top, that top 100 or whatever, I mean, you're looking at 800 to 1,000 Gala there. Is that gonna be possible? You never know. You never know. So, Toast Sticker, they are tricking people who don't read the Met. Yeah, you could be right. Yeah, you could be right. Personally, I think if I was investing the amount of time that I think people do invest in this game to not sorry guys, I've actually only just noticed that the chat on my stream is not working, is it? I've just suddenly noticed that. I'm really sorry about that. Let's just see if we can get that working. Oh, there you go. There you go. We're back working now, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Two seconds, I will be back. No. Okay, I'm back, guys. Let me just refresh this again. Okay. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Great to have you here. Obviously, we're talking about the upcoming competition, and any questions you have, do you know what the meta is, Kathy? Have you seen what the new meta is for the next competition? Right. Okay, that's great. I'm just checking because we were just talking about people that basically don't, don't see it or miss it or just don't bother with it, and then basically plow into the competition, not really knowing what is the best build to do, what are the ones to stay away from. So obviously, I was just asking you to make sure that you knew, because if you didn't know, I would display it on the screen for you so you could quickly have a look. So, Kathy, as you've just joined us, I don't know how experienced you are in Townstar, but what do you think? What are your thoughts on what is going to be maybe the best build for this up and coming competition? Naughty Cookie, is it possible on the start of the server that you are on and open a live stream so that you can follow what you do and take your general advice? Are you asking if I can do a live stream during the competition? Is that what you're asking me? Kathy, so okay, that's cool. But are you planning on entering this week's competition? Kathy, are you thinking of entering this week's competition? Maybe. To be honest with you, the main reason I've never done a live stream while the competition is actually on is I don't know if it's my computer or if it's my streaming software, but it tends to slow my build down. It tends to really kill my FPS. which obviously is not great for the competition. But what I might do, I might maybe after the land rush, I might maybe just stream the first day. You know, so you guys can watch if you want to watch basically me doing my rush, getting gasoline up and running, that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that and you want me to do a live stream for that, just say yeah. Just put a big yes in the chat right now. So if you'd like for me to do a live stream on the first day of the competition, so you can see how I start up my build and that kind of stuff, then just put a yes in the chat right now. Kathy, no, unfortunately, I am not good enough yet. Okay, so how long have you been playing for, Kathy? Because I'm sure I've seen you in one of my other live streams before, which was quite some time ago now. Yeah, Toad Sticker. I mean, normally once I get, I mean, my FPS starts off at normally about 100 plus, and then once I get so far into my build, the best I can do is normally about 40 to 50, 45, 50. I thought I had, Kathy. I thought you'd popped into one of my live streams before, but that was quite some time ago. I would have thought by now you must be good enough to be in the competitions. I would have thought you must be good enough. Obviously, unless you only have a small amount of time to play, and then obviously maybe your learning curve is a little bit more. Because obviously, you know, some of us we actually have we get the chance to be able to play every day, but not everybody does. Yeah, Toad Sticker, I totally agree. Flour and wool, the beginning of the competition is just going to be absolutely manic. I'm probably going to see if I can somehow figure a wool and so basically start off with this build here with my windmills, which if we click on here. In fact, actually, it's all right. I haven't actually built my depot yet, and I keep having to switch this out. So if we just stop that, because we've got 38 petroleum, which we don't need, so we can get some gasoline going, and then we can I can buy a power station. Then it was quite funny the reason, because you can see that I've got basically no gasoline left. And that was because I was messing around with these different starts. I was testing out these different starts. And then I just suddenly realised I actually had ran out of gasoline. So I had to quickly just throw a single refinery in here. Thankfully, I've got the oil seep. And then I'm just switching between the two things to try and make some fuel. Toad Sticker FPS, my best is 60 and it drops into the 30s if I zoom in. Right, okay, so normally that's really weird, because normally most people will say if you zoom right into your build, it actually, your FPS will go up. So that's weird that you're saying if you zoom in, your FPS drops. Okay, Toad Sticker, we'll see you later if you come back. Kathy, I work full time. I do play every day, but not for long periods of time. Maybe I'm better than I think. Well, I would say that maybe you are. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're playing for fun, I mean, the only thing is obviously if you're playing the competition, really to be competitive enough, you do need to leave your computer on. So I guess the way you've got to look at it is, if you're playing for fun, you can turn your computer off whenever you want, and then just collect your coins. But if you're going to be in the competition and you want to be competitive, you do really need to leave your computer on and be running like an auto sell script or something like that to then obviously sell through the night while you're sleeping. So I guess that's a consideration for yourself, whether you want to actually leave your computer on for 5 days or not. So yeah, so what I was trying to say, what I was saying is I'll probably start off with this, but I'm going to see if I can somehow I'll either switch from that straight to sheep, or I might see if I can actually shoehorn a sheep build in at the start as well. So we're going to be getting $85,000 per sale from this windmill or flower build, and then basically have a sheep build running alongside it, which would be earning us $130,000 as well, just to really boost our banks. Thomas, I play a lot and have won some. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Really great to hear. I have busy schedule but manage. My towns are almost always called 4 ring, as I use 4 green circles as my picture. My last name is pronounced 4 ring. Oh, right. Okay, there you go. Okay, well, that helps. Thank you very much, Thomas 4 ring. Yeah, so I'll look out for you. Now I know I'll look out for you in the leaderboard. And like I say, I hope you guys are going to get into this top 1,000. And yeah, and obviously I'll do, if I can, I will do, like I say, I'll do a live stream for the first day, so you guys can see me start my build. Obviously, you're going to be doing your own builds, so you might not have the time. But yes, I will probably do that if I can sort it, if I can manage to sort that out. Okay, so how are we doing? We're at 165. So we're just trying to get our gasoline working. Kathy, that's brilliant. At the end of the day, you know, you can give it a try. If you feel like it's not for you or whatever, then yeah, then either go away, practice a little bit more when you've got a bit more and you feel a bit more confident in your game, or you never know, you might actually really surprise yourself and think, actually, yeah, I'm actually a lot better than I realized. You know, I don't know. Do you, Kathy? Do you use the auto sell scripts and stuff like that? So just in case you guys are wondering what this is all about, I was actually I was messing around with a rush, which this has all got bunged up, with a rush for oak drums. So basically, oak barrels, should I say, oak barrels will give you 680 points. I'm not quite sure what they give you in the way of cash, but obviously it was just something I was experimenting with, not for this competition, because obviously the two main things to go for this competition in the way of rushes are going to be flour and wool. That is an absolute no-brainer. Looking at the numbers that we can see on the screen, they are going to be the top two, and also they're fast. I mean, if you look at the third one that they've bumped up, which is steel, that's 50,000. But to get to that point where you've got a steel build that's earning you 50,000, you're going to have to use flour and wool anyway. So really the initial rushes are flour and wool. So I would definitely say if you can get the wool up and running. If not, then maybe just stick to flour. Kathy, you say you don't use them often, so I'm guessing that you know how they work. You will need to use them in the competition. So that is an absolute given, because otherwise you're going to be sat at your computer manually selling all your items. So if you can get your auto sell script up and running, obviously you want to have inputted into there. If you're going to go for candy canes, put that in and then put sell 10. It doesn't matter if you know, that will only kick in once candy canes actually comes on the board. So you can have that put into your auto sell script and it doesn't matter until you actually start producing candy canes. Then it will work. But then obviously you need either flour or both flour and wool in there to be auto selling as well. So just make sure that's all prepared before the competition, because otherwise you will have to refresh your screen to get that auto sell script to kick in. Okay, Paul. After following your cake build, I made a few changes. Haven't got a wheat stand, so the production rate was a lot lower. Was making about 5 cakes an hour. Okay, so the thing is, Paul, you know, not everybody has a wheat stand. So, I mean, 5 cakes an hour, that's actually a pretty good start. I think if you pushed that and tweaked it a bit more, even without NFTs, you could probably get a little bit more out of that build. But like I say, not everybody's got a wheat stand. Not everybody's got NFTs. So, you know, really those are the people that you are competing against. But like I say, you know, that cake build video I made, like I said, it was not optimized. It was not perfect by any means. It could definitely be improved. And like I say, even 5 cakes an hour, I think you could probably get more out of that. So Paul, again, but we're selling excess stuff, bringing lots of cash. I removed one of the cake stands as they were lowering the return as the sugar was going to the wrong cakery. Ah, okay, that's weird. Right, because I had 3 I had 3 cakeries. I had 2 making batter and 1 making cake. So obviously if you removed one of the ones that were making batter, that's fine. But the sugar shouldn't have been going to you. Your sugar would be going to your cakes, and your sugar would be going to your bakery, which is making the butter. So really, yeah, you should only have 1 making cakes and 2 making batter if you have 3 cakeries, and then you want 1 or 2 bakeries making butter. Owen Ryan, sorry, didn't see you there. Welcome to the chat. It's great to have you. And Hangman from Discord, welcome to the chat. It's great to have you here. We are talking about the latest competition that is coming on the 28th of June, next Tuesday, and just asking for people's thoughts. So Hangman, Owen, what are your thoughts on the latest meta, which is posted on the screen right now? And I don't know if you know, unfortunately, that the rewards board now only goes down to the top 1,000. You know, obviously it was top 2,000, and last week it was 4,500. Last competition for the NFT. Now it's gone back to only the top 1,000. But like I say, Owen and Hangman, what are your thoughts on this upcoming meta? Paul, oh, I had 2 making cake and 2 making batter. I got that wrong. Yeah, so you only want 1 making cake, 2 making batter, and then you want 1 or 2 bakeries making butter for the batter. obviously, while there's a bit of a lull, I just want to say massive thanks to all you guys that have dropped by. It's great to have you here. You know, I do love making these streams. I always say it. I think it's great that we can interact sort of, you know, in real time. I haven't done one for quite a while, and I just saw this as an opportunity to do it, because normally Gala have this tendency of posting the meta the day or even just a few hours before the competition. So the fact that they've given us 3 days to get this sorted, yeah, it is 3 days, I think. That's why I wanted to get on here, get you guys in here, and then we can all have like a, you know, a bit of a brainstorming, you know, on what we should do, and you know, and how we should go about it. Oh, Paul, yeah, that's brilliant. Like I say, I mean, that was the idea of the idea of the video. You know, like I said about 2 or 3 videos ago, I said I was going to start doing more of these how-to tutorials, and I know at the time cake was something that was in the competitions, and that's why I wanted to get that made, because there was a lot of people out there that wasn't sure how to go about doing a cake build, and that's why I did that. And I'm really glad that you got some valuable information from that. Hang on, with the changes in the coming competition, I did hurt my brain a bit trying to design for candy canes, essential building, and able to slot in a dedicated section for sheep pen for cash flow. Yes. And so how did you get on? Obviously, I left you. Hang on, I left you, and you were trying to put a candy canes build together. I'm assuming you haven't completed it. I was just wondering how far along the lines you had got with that. So, I never got to fully explain what I was doing with this. So basically, like I say, this was for when when it's a normal competition, or like like when it's a default competition, rather than sort of a specific competition. I was doing this as an oak barrel start, and basically, recently I actually purchased. I actually purchased an NFT. And once again, I have to give a shout out, because I do have a few NFTs. Like I showed, I've got my wheat stand and stuff like that. And basically, all of my NFTs have been donated to me from valued. Well, you're all valued, obviously, but you know, very. Thankful to certain viewers and subscribers that have actually donated NFTs to me, and all the NFTs up until now were ones that had been donated to me. I actually purchased an NFT the other day, which gave a passive 1 iron, and that is the Epic Styling Ride. And the only reason I was able to do this, and I know this is obviously talking about a different program, but for those of you that are involved and maybe caught my videos on the BNB miner, that has now really started paying my account a lot. I will be doing a video on that in the very near future to see what has changed in that account, but because of that, I was able to reinvest that money that I'd made from BNB Miner into Townstar, and actually bought myself an Epic Styling Ride NFT. And that basically gives 1 passive iron, and that allows you to set up the... I would need another lumber mill here, and then you put your Epic Styling Ride in here, and then that will work as a oak barrel rush. I'm only explaining that to you because it just looks a bit odd, because it's stuck in the middle of nowhere and doesn't really have any purpose, but I just thought I'd explain that to you. So anyway, how are we doing? We've still not got enough money to get our power station. If we look here with this flower rush, we're actually making about 58 flour per hour. So it's basically just around about 1 a minute. With that, it would probably be a lot faster if I had. Oh no, because I've probably no. Yeah, that's probably about right. Okay, so what does the time? What time does the land rush start? Okay, so if you look at the meta, if you look up on the top left corner, you can see the meta is posted, and it says start time 28th of June, 1300. That's 1300 in the UK, Kathy. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly where you are based. But if you either go into my Discord channel and find the Townstar announcements, or go into the Gala Discord channel and find the Townstar announcements, you will find the same information, but the time on there will reflect what time it will be in your country. So you need to go and check that out. Like I say, I don't exactly know where you are in the world, but for me, it's 1 PM in the afternoon, GMT in the UK. Thomas, my favourite part of Townstar is starting the town. I like building and adapting to changes and new locations. As the game gets more complex, the more satisfaction I get. Excellent, that's great to hear. After the town is steady state, it is too slow, and I want to destroy and start again. Yeah, but yeah, Thomas. But the thing is, though, you're not. You know, if you're here to win, win some gala, I understand what you're saying. The only thing I can say is, once you've got your town fully up and running, I hope you're using the auto sell script, and then just walk away from it. Go and watch some TV. Arizona. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what that would be. I don't know what's the time difference there, Kathy? Is that 8 hours over in Arizona compared to the UK? But yeah, Thomas, like I say, once you got to that point, I would, once your town's fully completed, I would just leave it. Save your frustration staring at your town. Go watch some TV. Go and have a drink. Go and put your feet up. Go do something else that keeps you busy. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Because once it's all about using your brain and sorting things out and all that, and because it's a strategy game. But then once it's done, there's nothing else for you to do apart from wait and see where you end up in the leaderboard. But that's just the name of the game. That's just the way it is. Hang on. So I did try to design the build on a planner. That's like Cool Whip, I'm guessing, something like that, but was unable to find a spot with a river. So I'll have to wait for the competition to start for me to just test my design. Okay, well, that's cool. But the thing is, I mean, if you can, if you can find yourself at least one river, you can adapt your design. If you need a little bit more water, you can add a few ponds or something like that. So but at least you've now got a design, so that's cool. At least you've got a design that you can move forward with, which is, I mean, I think that's brilliant. I think that's what a lot of people should do, is use things like Cool Whip. Obviously it used to be what was it called, Citadel of the Wind was something, but now it's called Cool Whip, and that allows you to obviously design your builds, add your NFTs if you have any, add anything, all the buildings, all that lot, and work out your proximities to shade and all that kind of stuff. And now you've got that, you're ready for the competition. So Thomas, you do use auto sell and leave it, but it's not for the fun part. No, I agree, Thomas. It's not the fun part. It's not the fun part at all. But like I say, if your build is good, then you're going to end up on that leaderboard and you're going to end up winning yourself some gala, which really is the name of the game. That is what we're here. I mean, we're all putting in our time and effort to basically earn some coins from this competition. So, you know, that's what it is. I know it's not fun, but that's what it is all about. Is there a maximum time for delivery you would consider? I'm just started a new town to try candy canes on old rates. 1 min 22. Basically, Paul, ideally anything under a minute. That's what you should be aiming for. Anything under a minute. When you start getting over a minute, it's not ideal. But yeah, anything under a minute. Obviously, if you know, it's at the end of the day, it's needs must. You know, some of us I've ended up doing a build in my delivery time was something like about 2.5 minutes, but I actually still managed to get into the top 500 in that competition. I mean, that was like, I think that was like last year. It might have been the very beginning of this year, but. Thomas, great to have you here. Yeah, no worries. I will speak to you later, maybe in the Discord. Take care and have a great rest of your day. But yeah, like I say, I would always recommend, if possible, to get a delivery time of under 1 minute. You know, it is possible. Like I say, I got in the top 500 and I had a delivery time of about 2.5 minutes. But it does make it more difficult. Obviously, the closer to the city you can be, the faster your delivery time. Therefore, your goods will get sold quicker. I'm noticing your current build, your wheat stand not next to a road. Yeah, they changed that, Kathy. They changed that. There's no longer a need for having a road with a wheat stand anymore. Basically because they nerfed the wheat stand so bad, they had to sort of give us something back. Basically because that wheat stand that you can see on my build, when I originally got it, I could basically fill, I think it was something like 19 wheat feeders, 19 feeders. I could. Then they changed it, and now the most I can do is 8. It was 7 because you had to have a road, but then they changed it that you didn't need to have a road, so now you can do 8. But yeah, but it absolutely killed the wheat stand when they nerfed it. They nerfed all the wheat stands, but you know, obviously for the rare and the legendary, they can still put out a good amount of feeders, whereas the standard or uncommon, which I've got, like I say, feeders wise, the most you can do is 8. But yeah, that's why it's not next to a road anymore, because basically everyone kicked off so much about what they'd done that they had to sort of give us something back and then say, well, okay, it doesn't need to be next to a road anymore. Hang on. The rewards on the coming competition are only ranked, yes, that's like 1,000 and above. And since previously your rank around 1,000, if I remember correctly, would you think you will be higher this time? And would possibly, for a normal player with no NFTs, reach. To be honest with you, I mean, I use NFTs, but I actually know people that are much better at the game than me, and without NFTs, they rank higher than me. So, yeah, without NFTs, if you are good enough at the game, you can rank high enough without NFTs. My big problem, to be quite honest with you, hang on, is that I don't actually get a lot of time to practice with this game. Most of the time, I will come in, I will collect my town coin, and then I have to go out and do something else. Because obviously, you know, I'm putting out 3 videos a week with my YT channel. Obviously, we have the Discord. I have, lots of other things that I have commitments to because of YouTube. And also, the thing is that YouTube, unfortunately, still does not pay me enough to be a full-time YouTuber, so I'm still having to work a part-time job as well. I was able to drop away from a full-time job, or basically drop my job down to being part-time hours, because YouTube pays me enough for that, but I don't earn enough, so I also have to work. So because of this, I don't get a lot of time to practice. But going back to your original question, a lot of the reasons why I didn't rank that well in probably the last 3 competitions has been that in every single competition I've had some major issue with, like, my PC. Like, I've woke up in the morning and it's been restarted by a Windows update, or it was restarted in the last competition by an antivirus update. So I've basically lost a lot of hours over the night where my town was not doing anything, and then I've basically dropped so far down that I then was unable to recover those spots. Although in the last competition with the choc strawberries, I made the bad decision of trying to move over to decorated cakes. If I'd stuck at choc strawberries, I probably would have been in the top 1,000 quite easily. I became impatient and I tried moving over to decorated cakes, and that was basically what caused me the problem. Kathy, you're very lucky. Then if you have an epic wheat stand, then obviously if you've got an epic wheat stand, if you see what I've done with my windmills, you could do something similar like that with windmills if you wanted to start off like that as a quick start. But you're going to be able to put more windmills around your wheat stand because obviously you have the epic. And I mean, even at 8, we're still producing 62 flour per hour, so that's more than 1 a minute. And obviously, every 10 you're going to be earning $85,000. So yeah, so like I say, if you've got a wheat stand, that would be a good way for you to start. So Toad Sticker, my problem is learning the end of game builds. Well, this is another reason why I did that full cake build, because like I normally do, obviously I would do how to start, because for a lot of people that is actually one of the most difficult things. For a lot of people is how to start, where to start, how the different environments affect your start and things like that. That's why I've always done those how to start builds. But now I'm starting to do some full builds, how to full builds. So hopefully they will help you in the future. But obviously, I'm sure you'll get to grips with it yourself as well. Toad Sticker, it was not because of you. Not at all. At the end of the day, I made the decision. I thought that I could get that cake deck build to work. But like I said in my video talking about the NFT competition, is that I failed to remember how long, or failed to sort of incorporate into the equation how long it takes to switch from one build to another, or because you're removing stuff and adding stuff, and that all slows things down. But also as well is once you've done that switch, you've then got to wait for your first sale. So you've got to you've got to count. You've got to think about, okay, so that's how long it's going to take me to switch over, but then it's going to take me maybe another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is, before I make my next sale. And all that time you are falling down the leaderboard, and that is what led to my not getting into that top 1,000. And basically that was my fault. That was not your fault, Toad Sticker, at all. That is not your fault. Kathy, absolutely no problem. I thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys for being in here and making this stream what it is. So, like I say, yeah, Kathy, any more information, anything else you want to know, just ask. Just ask. You know, if I don't know, I'm sure there's someone else in this chat that does know. There's a lot of people here that have got some good experience in the game. So, you know, like I say, just ask away. Anybody, if you want to ask any questions, just ask. So, just a quick question: how many of you guys, actually won NFTs in the last competition? So, how many of you got the Gusty Wind NFT? And what NFT did you receive? Did you receive the epic, the rare, the legendary, the ancient? Let us know. And does anybody actually know? I don't know if anybody's seen this, but does anyone know what the free NFT is that they're giving us this month? I don't. Obviously, for those of you that have been playing, you would know that if you played 10 consecutive days or 10 days throughout this month, you're going to get a free NFT. Does anyone actually know what that free NFT is yet? I don't know if anyone's seen that on the Gala Discord or anything. Toad sticker, yeah, I know. Yeah, because basically, I think you need it. You need it for some other water stuff as well, don't you? Oak, for that. But they've just thrown it in there as a way to you know, add another aspect to it to make you think more. Basically, make you the build more difficult. That's what it is. Is really to just try and make things a little bit more difficult for us. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Yeah, I think Toad Sucker, I think you got the same as me. Did you? No, you got higher than that, didn't you? Because I got rare. I thought I got the rare NFT, the rare Gusty Wind. I thought you got the same. I was positive you got the same. Well, Toad Sticker, let's hope that we're gonna do much better this time. We're gonna get top 1,000. even maybe top 500. That's what we're going to be aiming for. I think that's what we need to be aiming for. And yeah, and to see how we get on. Yeah, Kathy, I know what you're saying. The free NFTs are good because obviously they give a good amount of utility in the game. But the thing is that unfortunately, I don't think Gala are ever going to give you for free any NFTs that earn coins. I just don't think they're going to. But like I say, you know, the way I look at it is if I'm getting stuff that can improve my builds, therefore help me rank higher in the competitions, then that is worth it. You know, it is, because it is an aid to then hopefully for us to basically earn more Gala in the competitions, to actually get higher and earn more Gala in the competitions. But yeah, I don't think they'll ever give you ones that can actually earn coins. It would be nice if they did. But the thing is, though, I think it's difficult because if they say they ran a competition like the one we've just had with the Gusty Wind NFT, and that was sort of done on a sliding scale. So if you finished in the top whatever, you would get an ancient, and then it would go to legendary, then it went to epic, then it went to rare, then it went to uncommon, then it went to common. Well, the thing is that all the top ones are predominantly going to people with the top accounts. Like I say, there are some people out there that are placing very well without NFTs. So those few people would get, would also get top earning NFTs as well. But most other people are always going to be getting the lower ones. So that in itself, I think, is going to cause people to complain, because they're saying, well, you're giving away these NFTs, but really, the people that are mainly benefiting from it are people that have got big accounts anyway. So I think that's why they've made them, another reason why they've made them just utility. So essentially, it sort of levels it out a bit. So everyone's essentially receiving the same thing. Because even my Gusty Wind NFT, which was rare, still gave me a 7.5 boost, or will give me a 7.5 boost to my windmills. And an epic only gave, well, it shouldn't, I mean, it gave 10%. But, so the difference between a epic and a rare is only a small amount. It's only 2.5%. I mean, obviously, that makes a difference if you have that. But what I'm trying to get at is that, the margins were, I think, a lot closer. They made it a lot closer because it was utility only. Okay, guys, so we can actually I think we can actually, oh, hang on, I've put it on the wrong place. I've put it in the wrong place anyway. So I can actually get a power station being built now. God, that's taken me so long to do that, because I've just been messing about. The Prepared Christian, cheers for that, mate. Yeah, like I say, I pretty much came across similar things yesterday when I was trying to find out. It's like everybody was just sort of saying, what is it, what is it? But they weren't giving anything away. Obviously, you've checked today now, and it's pretty much the same. So I'm guessing we're not going to find out until the end of June, when the competition's over. or maybe at the end of the at the end of this month or the end of this competition, we might find out. Yeah, oh, well, I mean, obviously the end of this competition will be the end of the month because it starts on the 28th. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what it is. I have to say that a lot of people sort of were down on the whole flower storage NFT. I personally think it's great. I actually think it's great. I really like, because I have a couple of other silos, NFT silos, again, that were gifted to me that are specific. So I've got a brine one and I've got a sugar cane one. And I find in builds, especially when you've got a lot of crops, to have NFTs that are particular to a certain thing. So it keeps everything separated, and it also means that you can put them anywhere you want because you've not got to consider the other things that are getting put in there. You've only got to think, right, my flower storage, that can go right next to my cakery for the batter because they are the only person that need it. You know, whereas if you've got a standard storage NFT, a standard storage from the you're using a standard store shop, a storehouse, should I say? Everything gets put in there. So then you've got to think, right, well, that needs to be close to this, it needs to be close to this, and it needs to be close to that, or relatively close to all of those things, because I don't want any of those workers walking too far, because that's going to kill my production rate. So you have to think about that with a standard storehouse, whereas with a specific storehouse or a specific silo or anything like that, you can put it exactly where you want it, and you've not got to consider anything else. And that's why I like the flower storage NFT, even though a lot of people didn't. But that's why I liked it. So has anyone recently splashed out on any NFTs, any skins, anything like that? The other thing I was like I say, I think I brought it up earlier, going back to the blue steel build, is that which I think is a bit I think is a bit naughty, is that they're giving you no cash for the blue steel build, and a normal blue steel build, people would sell uniforms as an overflow, so you could make an extra few uniforms and sell those to make an income, or you know, while you were waiting. But now they've completely nerfed your uniforms, saying that, yeah, because that's the points value, isn't it? They've nerfed the points value, so the cash value might still be the same. So you could actually do that. So if you were doing if they've not nerfed the cash value for uniforms, you could do a blue steel build, maybe have an extra fabric plant and produce some extra uniforms. It's not going to give you a whole lot in the way of points. It's only giving you 100 points, or 1,000 points, should I say. But it's going to give you what was it? $37,000. I think it used to give you. So, like I say, so you could incorporate that into your build. You can incorporate that into your build. Yes, I know, Toe Sticker. It's a trap. I know. I'm just saying that rather than trying to add something extra, onto the side of a blue steel build, if uniforms are giving you the same amount of money, which is, like I say, it's about 37,000, 40,000, you could just basically produce some extra uniforms and use that to pay for your for your wages. Also, as well, you have to have sheep anyway. You have to have sheep in a blue steel build for the uniform. So, if you could have maybe one more sheep and just sell the wool as well. So, there's a couple of ways that you could do it. Yeah, is it Admiral Akbar from? Is it Return of the Jedi? When they're when they're about to go full on to the Death Star, aren't they? And Admiral Akbar goes, "It's a trap." Yes, you're quite right. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the blue steel build. Is that you could use uniforms and your sheep as a way to fund your wages if you wanted to go that route. I do think candy canes is the simplest option, but I do also think that anyone that gets a blue steel build up and running and working well, they're going to come up through the ranks so fast in the last day or so. It depends, Kathy. It depends. I know. What are you after? Are you after NFTs or are you after skins, Kathy? Which one are you after? It looks like we got a few. I can see in the waiting room, guys. I can see you there. We have a few more viewers in just hanging back. It'd be great to get you in the chat, guys. Great to get your views on the new meta, on the upcoming competition. I can see you in the waiting room, or I can see you in the background. But just get in the chat, get involved. NFTs. Okay, so Kathy. If you come and see me at my Discord, my username is mookfish2004. So that is my username on. I'm also listed as the owner on the Discord channel. If you come and see me, drop me a DM, and if your username is different, just let me know who you are, and I'll give you a name of a person who is a trusted seller for NFTs away from OpenSea. So you can use OpenSea, but if you want to do a sort of person-to-person trade with someone that is trusted, then come and see me and I'll give you their name and you can contact them, or I'll get them to contact you, and then you can chat about what it is you're looking for. I do know right now they have a number of NFTs they are selling. So what is it? What is it you're looking for, Kathy? What is it you're looking for? And I'll tell you if the person, I know if they've got that or not. Yeah, prepared Christian. Totally, guys. You people that are sitting in there in the background, come and join in. Let us know your thoughts. Like I say, that is what this is all about. He's talking about the upcoming competition, what the metas are, what our thoughts are, and stuff like that. And also just chatting about the game. You got any thoughts about the game in general? What Gala's doing? And stuff like that. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so I know if obviously I'm not, basically Yes, the person I'm in contact with that is a trusted seller, they have 2 wheat stands for sale right now. As far as I know, I don't at the time when I spoke to them this morning, they still had not sold them, so they have 2 wheat stands for sale if anybody is wanting one. But like I say, just contact me in the Discord. You can see on there, that's my username. Drop me a yeah, it is naughty. It is a lot of money, and like I say, basically, I mentioned earlier, I recently bought an NFT, and the only reason I was able to is because one of my other programs actually has earned me that money. I've not taken that money from the bank. It's actually the first NFT I've actually purchased. I've purchased skins, but it's actually the first proper NFT I've purchased, and it's only because a program I'm using is working and has given me that money. I've not taken the money out of my bank, and basically I would say to most people, if you're going to invest in any program, make sure it is money that is spare. Don't invest money that you need or anything like that, because the thing is with any of these programs, even with Gala, things can change instantly. So, don't use money that you need. Essentially, as I always say, if you're going to buy anything or purchase anything, invest anything in any of these programs, use money you can afford to lose. No, I don't own I don't own a node. If that's what you're saying, no, it's not. I don't own a node. I've never owned a node. Although I nearly bought a node because I actually started playing this game in 2019 when it first started. And nodes back then were ridiculously cheap. And I actually do wish I'd bought one back then, but I didn't. And no, I don't own a node now. So I don't own a node. It's another program. I actually spoke about it earlier in this stream. I don't want to keep going on about it, but I'm just saying that basically that was the only way I was able to purchase an NFT, was basically because another program gave me that money. Yes, naughty cookie. I would be well off. Yes, although I have to say, from what I've heard with these nodes, they don't always run that smoothly. And I think in the past, some node owners, or in fact a lot of node owners, didn't get payments and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if Gala becomes what we all hope it will become, and the platform really takes off, you're going to see big bumps in Gala token. Not sure. I personally don't think Towncoin is really going to amount to anything. That's my personal opinion. If the platform takes off, and once obviously the markets start to rise, Gala token will start to go up, and I'm sure you will start to see that. But the thing is, when it came to Townstar, I got really frustrated with it when it first came out. I literally was within the first few months of it starting, I started to play. And Gala kept promising that we would be earning from it. They would be like, yeah, you're going to be earning from it, you're going to be earning. And it would be like, next week, in the next competition, you're going to earn. And I would get into the top 100 in the next competition. And then they'd be like, oh, it's not ready yet, so we can't pay you, blah, blah. And it kept getting dragged out and dragged out and dragged out. And we weren't And I basically, after about 3 months of this, I just walked away. It might, yeah, maybe a couple of months of it, and I walked away from it. But obviously, had I persevered with it, I probably I would be one of those big accounts now, you know, because back then it was so easy. I mean, it was crazy. First prize, back then, first prize was something mad like 150,000 Gala tokens. That was what first prize was something, yeah, like that, 150,000 Gala tokens. Now, obviously, first prize gives you 10,000. That's a big difference. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things I missed out on. But you know, you can't win them all. Uh, basically, um, basically, Toad Sticker, the whole platform is play to earn. As far as I know, the entire platform is play to earn. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure Superior is going to pay. Mirandus, I'm fairly certain, pays. I'm not sure about what's it? The card game Reborn. What's the? I can't think it. What is it? Legends Reborn. I'm not sure if that's going to pay, but I'm Mirandus Superior, Echoes of Empires when that comes about, Legacy, all of those kind of games. I'm positive are all play to earn. Absolutely positive they are all paying. And the only reason, you know, Mirandus, for me though, it's going to be massive. I mean, for anybody into, you know, RPG MMOs, I think Mirandus is going to be absolutely amazing. But I think it's going to be massively time consuming as well. So it's not something that I'm probably going to get into. But I definitely think that it is going to, for those people that have got the time and like those kind of games, I think it is going to be great. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Naughty Cookie, if you want to go into my YouTube channel, you'll see there's lots of programs in there that can make you crypto. That is basically what my channel is all about. It's not just about Townstar. Basically, I don't focus on one game or one program. I try to bring as many earning programs to my channel for you guys to earn crypto and in some cases to earn money. But like I say, if you go and check it out, and the program that I'm referring to that has helped me buy my NFT is a program that is called BNB Miner. There is a playlist for that. There's playlists for pretty much all of the programs. If you go and check them out, you can see all the different programs we use. They all produce crypto or, like I say, some sort of payment to you. Yeah, just pick the ones you like. And then, you know, start earning yourself some more crypto that way. Kathy, absolutely no problem. Yeah, if you want to come and see me at Discord later, like I say, I don't know if you've got to shoot off again, but do you know what NFTs you're looking for? Because I know the NFTs that my contact has right now. But like I say, if you know, if you're just thinking about it, just come and see me at Discord. I'll give you their name and then you can contact them, or I'll get them to contact you and then you can just sort of chat about it. Toad Sticker, absolutely no problem. Obviously, you know, it's being here is totally voluntary. No one has to stay here, but it's obviously great to have you guys here chatting with me, talking about what is what is happening with next week's competition, and obviously, like I say, any thoughts on builds and I mean, any thoughts on what's going on with Gala? I mean, is there any particular games you are really looking forward to trying? Energy generating NFTs. So like solar panels and Tesla coils. Would that something like that, Kathy? I don't know why there's a delay on the posting. I've actually removed it, so it shouldn't be. And I did refresh the chat, so I don't know why that. If there is a delay, I don't know why there's a delay. So sorry about that, guys. If that is actually causing an issue, sorry about that. So Kathy, I definitely know that my contact has got a solar panel. I'm not sure about anything else, but I definitely know that they have a solar panel for sale. They've also got various other things for sale. I think they've got water towers for sale. And stuff like that. So, like I say, if anybody's looking to get into some NFTs, just come to my Discord, find me on there. I'm Mookfish2004. Drop me a DM. If you don't have the same username as you do on here, then just explain who you are when you send me a DM, and then obviously we can chat and I can give you the information that you require. So, yeah, just a question about the meta of the next competition. Don't you think it is possible to produce so much candy that you can compete with Blue Steel? So, right. What you got to realise is that the candy, you can produce the candy really quickly. If we look at the meta, the candy is going to give you... so what's that? 13,000. Yeah, 13,500 per 10. Is that right? Yeah, 13,500 per 10. That's going to give you. Now the Blue Steel. So, but the thing is, you got to. So it is only giving you 13,500. You're also actually. Yeah, so that's points. So 13,500. Sorry, I was distracted then. So, but what you got to realise is the candy canes build is gonna get up and running really fast. You're gonna be able to get that up and really fast. Your Blue Steel build No, it's one. Is it? It's 1,350 each. It's 13,500 per 10 toad sticker. I'm positive that is it. Normally these, like blue steel, is 68,000. Cake is 20,000. All the cakes are 20,000. Uniform's going to be 1,000. That is per 10. 1,350 is per one. Yeah, so each it's 1,350. But it's 13,500 each sale. So every 10 you'll get 13,500 points into your bank, into your points bank. But like I say, with the candy builds, they're going to be up and running so much faster than the blue steel. The blue steel will come through later, probably maybe the last couple of days. You will see the blue steel builds really start getting up through the leaderboard. So that's why, if you're going to do candy cane, you've got to get it up and running quick, and you've got to get it basically optimal as fast as possible, because you've got to make hay while the sun is shining in the early days. In the early days of the competition, that's when you're going to make your biggest moves on that leaderboard. And then by the last couple of days, as with the blue steel moving up, excuse me, you might get to the point where you're not moving. You might advance, say, 5 or 6 places, and then by the time the next sale comes round of your candy canes, you've dropped down those 5 or 6 places, and you might end up to the point where you're just treading water. But if you're treading water in that top 1,000, then that's it. Your quid's in. You know, you're gonna win some sort of reward, and that's the point with the candy canes, is to basically get it running as fast as possible, so you're in that top 1,000 for at least the first 3 or 4 days, and then the last, hopefully you'll be in the top 500 in the first 3 or 4 days, for the first 3 or 4 days, and then the last couple of days you might start moving down. But if you're high enough and you're still producing enough candy canes and enough star points, you will not drop out of that top 1,000 as long as you got that candy cane build working as fast as possible. So that's basically that's what will happen, is the blue steel people will come through at the end. But I haven't completed my candy cane build, so that's sort of why I don't want to show it you. But basically just today, I'd managed to get it up to making I think it was 72 an hour. 72 an hour, and that wasn't full. That wasn't the full build, and I'd got it up to 72 an hour. Someone I was speaking to the other day, they had actually said they could get their build up to over 150 candy canes per hour, which is absolutely insane. And if you can pull in those kind of numbers, then you probably will be in the top 100. You could probably be top 100 if you can pull in those kind of numbers. You'll definitely be in top 500. Definitely top 500. And if we look at the rewards, top 500. You're going to be getting 300, so that's 300 Gala. If you can get top 100, you're going to be getting 800, and if you can get in the top 50, you're getting 1,000. So like I say, it is worth going for. I think. So, Urcop, Uno, Is a blue steel build something that you're thinking of doing? Are you thinking of doing a blue steel build, or are you just worried that you're gonna, if you do candies, you're gonna get overtaken by blue steel? And obviously, guys, like I say, if I know we're talking about the competition, but if you have any other questions about Townstar, just ask. If you've got any other questions about Townstar, just ask, and I will answer it the best I can. And if I can't answer it, I'm sure someone else in the chat will be able to. Ed765, Ed T765. Other than to make the extra money, why do you need the wool for the candy cane build? You don't. You don't need it at all. It is literally basically, if we bring up this candy canes, if you look here on the left hand side, if you look next to candy cane, it says 0. Same as blue steel, 0. So basically, when you sell candy canes, you're not earning any money at all. So, but obviously, you still need to pay. You still need to pay your workers, because if you don't pay your workers, everyone goes to sleep, and then your town finishes. So, the reason why you need your sheep is purely for the money, nothing else, no other reason at all. But that's a good question, Ed765, so thanks for posting that. If I'm right, you have to do about 6 cells of candy to gain the same amount of points like blue steel. A good blue steel build can more than 10. Yeah, I totally agree. But like I say, people will not have their blue steel builds finished until at least maybe the I mean, obviously if they've got certain NFTs, it could be different. But most people that are doing blue steel builds will not have a blue steel build completed until probably about the 3rd day, and then they've got to work their way through the leaderboard while you are still producing, but you're still selling your candy canes. And if, like you're saying, if let's say we've got a build that is, say, doing 100 candy canes per hour, so that's, what's that? I'm trying to think, what's that? What is that? Let me put this up here. So it's 100. What is it? So it'd be 100 divided by 60. Is that? Divided by 60 equals. No, that's not right. Or it'd be 60. No, I'm not. I can't figure that out. Sorry, guys, brain's gone. So I'm trying to work out how many sales. If you're making, oh yeah. So let me work it that way out. So you're making 100 sales in an hour. So if you're making 100 sales in an hour, yeah. So that's 1.3. And so 10. So 68,000 times 60. What's that? Oh God, flipping out. No, that's not points. Are you? Is that Ed765? Are you talking about the sheeps there? Are you talking about the sheeps? The sheeps. There's no S on plural, is there? The sheep. That's not. Or are you on about the candy canes? No, you're on about the candy canes, right? So what's that? So per hour is 1 million. Yeah, 1,350,000 350,000. Yeah, so 1,350,000 per hour. And that's yeah. So six. So if you do, it's all right. It's all right. So 68,000 times 10 is what's that? 680,000, isn't it? So if you're doing 1,350,000 per hour, and the blue steel build is only doing 680,000 per hour, then you should be okay. Is that right? Is that what we're saying here? Is that what we're saying? But also as well, like I said, I rounded it down to 100 per hour to try and make it easy. I tried to make it easy for me, and I still couldn't work it out. But yeah, like I said, the guy I was talking to, he was doing 150 plus per hour. So, like I say, if your build is that's 680 points, no cash. That's right. So again, if you're doing a blue steel build, you still need to be like selling wool or something like that to be making that. And the thing is, with a blue steel build, it's really money hungry, whereas with a candy cane build, you can probably keep your wages down to maybe 15,000 max. How many blue steel build can I do? I've never actually ever done a blue steel build. This was going to be my first blue steel build. This competition until I saw the meta. And when I saw the meta, I was like, right, I'm not doing a blue steel build. One, because I've never done one, so therefore I'm not confident in doing one. But also because I do think candy canes is a better build to do. Especially if you're new to the game, candy canes is definitely a better build to do. Toad Sticker, thanks for popping in. Been great to have you here. Thanks for your input. Been really good. I'll catch you on the Discord soon. You have a great evening. See you later. I've seen some guys say they can do as much as 18, but that still won't compete with candy. Ed T765. To get 12? Is that with or without NFTs? Hey guys, Dubstep. How you doing, Rod? Great to have you here. Obviously, I don't know. I think you've just popped in, haven't you? Like I say, great to have you here. For those of you that do not know, this is the guy, Dubstep Rob, who basically brought us the Townstar playbook, which is absolutely brilliant. I recommend anybody to use this. It will help you massively in the game, and I'm actually gonna pop it down here. So yeah, if you guys don't know, get on this docs I've just put here. This is the Townstar playbook, and Dubstep Rob is our man. In fact, Rod, while you're here, glad to hear you're doing good. Rod, do you mind just putting a bit of a thing in the chat just to let people know what your Townstar playbook is? So for those people that are interested, they can click on that link and download it. If you can do that for us, Rod, that would be absolutely brilliant. So Ed, you've got a few NFTs, but nothing that gives iron. The ones I have mostly water and wheat stand. Yeah. So you got like water towers and you got a wheat stand. Which wheat stand have you got? Have you got like the uncommon like myself, or have you got one of the epics or the bigger ones? So Rod, yeah. So obviously, I'm hoping you're just giving a little summary for us what your playbook is all about. But and while you're doing that, basically what the chat is about is we're talking about the upcoming competition. We've got the meta on the screen, and we're discussing which are the best builds. And obviously, it would be great to get your input on this dubstep. Urkop. Yeah, been absolutely brilliant to have you here. Really great to hear that you've been following the channel for a while. I hope you're enjoying Space Bit and the other stuff. That's cool. Hope to see you in the Discord. Maybe come and chat with us there. And you have a great evening. Excuse me. So what's interesting, for those of you that came into this early, and I talked about this section of my build as being a possible rush. You'll see now it's been ticking over for a while, but we're now actually at the point of making 81 flour per hour. So remember, flour gives you 85,000 cash in your bank, which obviously goes towards helping you build your town and paying your wages. So if you have a wheat stand, something like this is a great little rush. It is so fast to get set up, and like I say, at the moment we're actually making 81, nearly 82 flour per hour. So that's going to give you quite a bit of cash regularly dropping into your bank while you're trying to build. And obviously as well, once you've done with that, you could get rid of that, then go on to sheep and start selling wool for $130,000 per hour as well. Dubstep. Okay, so Dubstep has said, yeah, the Townstar Playbook is a community guide with all the game information for all the buildings, objects, items, NFTs in the games. Has a lot of useful information. And I tell you, and he even, yeah, he did this in the last competition as well. If you use that playbook, Dubstep even puts in the meta changes. So you can, when you're looking up things, you can even see the difference in points, the difference in cash for each thing that's either been boosted or nerfed in his playbook. So like I say, click on that docs, that Google Docs, download it. It is absolutely brilliant. I use it all the time when I'm doing my builds to refer to. So yeah, it's great that you've dropped in here, Dubstep, and thank you for the little summary. So just as a question while you're here, what do you think is going to be a good build for the next competition, and what are your reasons for that? Yeah, that's Ed765. Yeah, it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Really worth downloading. Remember, guys, as well, while you're here, that we, any questions about Townstar, we are fielding all questions about Townstar, not just about the competition. So if you've got any questions at all, stick them in the chat and we will get them answered for you. That's Dove said. That's really, really interesting, actually, and thanks for your post, because we've been looking at the numbers, and we're not sure. I mean, I'm personally going for candy canes. I'm personally going for the candy canes. I do agree that, like you say, for people without NFTs, Blue Steel has been a good build, along with Wine. Wine was a good build for people without NFTs as well. But obviously, with the lack of cash coming from the Blue Steel and stuff like that, I'm not sure. I'm personally going for the candy canes, but it's interesting that you've brought that up about the fact that, in the past it has been a good one for players without NFTs. Yeah, I mean, I think it was Ed. Ed was saying that he's heard of people doing as many as 18 Blue Steel. As many as 18 Blue Steel. Yeah, the sugar station, I'm actually really curious. The sugar station specifically, like you say, how much sugar does that produce? I'm really curious on how much sugar does that produce, and how often. Ed 765, absolutely no problem. It's been great to have you here. Thanks for your input, and yeah, maybe see you later. If not, good luck in the competition, and speak to you in the near future, hopefully. Cheers. Have a good evening. That's true, actually. Yes, you're quite right there, Paul. I could check the playbook and it would tell me. You're right. So yeah, I actually couldn't find it in your playbook. Sorry, mate. I didn't want to take too long, so I thought I'd come back. But I was quickly scanning through it, and I couldn't find it. But I found the Epic Sugar Station. I couldn't find the standard one. Sugar Station produces sugar every 40 seconds or 36 seconds with full skin set. So around 75 to 85 sugar per hour on average. Yeah, that man, that's wow, that's pretty impressive. That is, because I'm guessing with that amount of numbers, I mean, you're not even going to worry about having sugar cane or anything. You don't. Yeah, I mean, that just gives you back so much space. I mean, with that dubstep, with that sugar station, are you actually planting any sugar cane, or are you just getting all of your sugar from your sugar station? Oh, right. So there's not. Oh, okay. So there's no other. I thought there was an epic, rare and then sort of uncommon, that kind of thing. So it's just one off. Oh, okay. Well, if I did find that. Yeah, I did find that. But the thing is though, it's still probably saving you huge amounts of space though, isn't it? Um, you know, uh, I mean, what are you planting? I mean, I'm planting, you know, anything up to 20 fields. I could be planting with this sugar cane. I could be planting anything up to 20 or so fields because I don't have a station. But I mean, would you be what planting 10, 5? I mean, what would be the requirement on top of the sugar station? So as a rush, like you say, but is like you say, it helps right at the beginning. You get away without planting sugarcane at the start, so you can almost use it as a rush. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I mean, obviously with the chocolate strawberries, yeah. I mean, obviously it was all sugar, wasn't it? Basically, it was all sugar, pretty much. But I mean, the fact that I mean, it sounds like it is a massive space saver, which obviously then gives you space to plant your other things, anything else. So, or just gives you space to put other buildings in and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I sort of hung my nose over it, but I also, yeah, I wasn't going to spend $750 on one. But also as well, I think they put them on the market at like 1 o'clock in the morning UK time, so there was just no way I was getting up for that. Yes, I always think because the thing is we're dealing with such small amounts of room to create these builds. anything that can save you space is a massive advantage. I think it just because it gives you back, you know, those tiles for other things to be put on, which can then obviously push up your productivity. So dubstep, while you're, I don't know, I think I'm assuming you're typing. Have you caught anything of or heard anything from the glitch? He's not been around a while. He normally drops in and out of my Discord, but I've not seen him for a while, and I've not seen him post anything. I was just wondering if you know if he's okay. Hey, all of you, to you guys that have just snuck in through the back door, welcome to the chat. It's great to have you here. And we are just discussing the new and upcoming competition with the meta change. So if you've got any input, put it into the chat and let us hear what you got to say. What do you think is going to be the best build? Dubstep believes that Blue Steel could be the way to go, but he's like me. He's going to be sticking with candy canes. You know, what's your thoughts on it? Ah, cool. Yeah, well, when you speak to him, when you speak to the glitch, just pass on my best to him. Say I hope he gets well soon, and I hope to see him around and see his videos coming back soon. Yeah, that's what I was just curious about dubstep, because I actually have recently acquired an epic styling ride. Basically, it's the first NFT I've actually bought myself, with the idea of doing a blue steel build, but then when I saw the way that they'd done the meta, I just wasn't convinced it was the way to go. But I was just curious because you happen to mention, you know, NFTs that could produce iron. I was just curious what your thoughts on that were. I mean, I personally, I'm going to stick with the candy canes. I think it's going to be the easier build. I think it's going to be a faster build. And you know, if we can get the numbers right, if we can, you know, you can get up to 100 plus candy canes per hour, I think you're set. I think you're absolutely set. I think you could easily be top 50, definitely top 100, easy top 500. If you can get 100 plus candy canes, I think you're quids in. I think you're absolutely quids in. So that is the route I'm going to take. And yeah, and I'm just going to have to slap myself around when if I decide part way through to change it, like I did in the last competition, because I am an absolute nightmare for that. Yeah, Dub. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I've only really messed around with candy canes in the last couple of competitions. Basically, because you know it was the meta, it was the way to go. Because I've always steered clear of them because you've never really been able to make any decent, you know. You never got a good enough amount of points for it to be worthwhile building a candy cane. And I think the only reason, obviously, it has been recently is because it has been part of the meta. When the candy canes, if we end up doing a default meta again, where everything is just the standard default points and the standard default money, I don't think you'll find that candy canes are a build worth doing. And that's why I've always steered clear of them. But like I say, recently, it is something that has been part of that meta, and that's the only reason I've sort of been looking at it. So I'm gonna finish it off, and I'm gonna say it's been absolutely brilliant. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you guys. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll speak to you soon. Obviously, a lot of you I'll probably touch base with in the Discord. If you aren't in our Discord, come and join it. We've got chats about Townstar, all the other programs that I deal with on my channel as well, and you get all the updates and everything there also. So you take care, have a great rest of your evening, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye. And if you can smash that like button, it really supports my channel, so please smash that like button. Okay guys, have a good night.